guys, welcome to the channel. So I've got this request from Saranya to make a video on how I plan the activities. So if this is useful for you, if you think this will be helpful, then maybe you would like to stick till the end. And I'm going to explain how I look for the activities, how I plan the activities, and how I set them up so that I'm always ready. So not always, but I am spontaneous as well. So I'm going to share some random tips so that you don't need to plan always. You can always be spontaneous as well. So I'm going to share all these tips. Without further delay, let's start the video. But before I start, just a sneak peek of next video. So someone requested on this channel to share inexpensive toys, because the toys that I shared in my previous video, that was having lots of expensive toys. So yes, I'm going to share inexpensive toys in my next video, so stay tuned for that. And if you are new to this channel, then I would love for you to subscribe. And if you like this video, then don't forget to comment. I just love reading your comments, and I always respond. So the first thing I do, and I have been doing from quite a long period, is that I always make list of everything, list of all kind of activities. So consider making list of different categories, like one list of quick activities that can be done quickly, and one list of activities that don't need any prep, so that you can be spontaneous with those activities and you don't need any preparation, and you can set up like in 2 minutes time list of those activities. And like a list of science experiments that I would love Priya to experiment on and I haven't tried yet, so list of those. And like furthermore, there are plenty of list of favorite things of her, like she enjoys, that kind of list where she enjoys a lot without minimal guidance and she can have her independent play by herself. So that kind of list. So I always make list for almost everything. That's how I plan. I consider having list before thinking of an activity. So whatever you can think of, just create a list and save it somewhere, like possibly mobile, because I have my mobile all the time with me. So whenever she asks me for something, I'll just have a look in my mobile, open that list and open the thing that we haven't done before. Currently my mobile has a lot of personal stuff because I make list of everything. So I'm kind of a planner and I plan everything in my notes. So I cannot show you completely, but you get the idea, right? So you just make the list and then you are good to go. So now, how do you find the stuff to fill in these lists? Of course, first thing is internet. Most of the activities that we have done, I've explored them on the internet and we have tried them in our home. So basically what you can do is go to Google, YouTube videos, Pinterest, Instagram, blogs, etc. There are plenty of ideas with lots and lots of activities which you can do at home, which you can do by yourself. You just need to put those activities in respective list. For example, like if you visit a friend and you saw a toy, put that toy in your list and list to buy. So whenever you think of buying anything for your kid, then you'll have a list that yes, I have to buy these toys, so buy from one of those. That way you're always ready and you will not forget the things. We are human beings and we forget the things. We binge watch the videos and we like the activities, but we forget them if we don't implement them. So if you watch my videos and watch my activities, and if you like any activity that you would like to try with your kid, then save that video in your playlist, in like watch later or in any of the playlists, and then add that activity to your list, so that you always know that yes, if this activity is there in your list, in your note, then you can always have that video from your playlist. You can always watch them later. I hope you're getting the idea, like how I organize my activities. So it's not only about the activities that I do, but it's about my home organization, and everything that I do like this. Be spontaneous also. So most of the times entertaining kids happens when they are playing with the household stuff. So I'm saying that statement, think outside of the box. If they are playing with something in your household, like if they're playing with a blanket, then think how that blanket can be used in multiple ways, and bring that idea, set up that idea, and then they are good to go. Things like pillows, blankets, chairs, baskets, all the things are really good. They have lots of ideas and you can just play with them, and you can set up them differently, and then you can play with them as long as you want. One more thing, repeat the activities. So you don't always have to think of new ideas, and you don't have to bring new activities all the time. Kids, when they grow up, they forget what they have done earlier, like a year back, they might have forgotten. Like with Rhea, because I shoot her video, so she remembers, yes, I have done that activity, so I can do that again. And in fact, when I shoot the video, at that time only I bring new activity. Other than that, we always repeat the activities so many times, because if we are repeating, we are not shooting again. So that's why I don't bring camera, and I don't, you guys would think that yes, I am always having new activities. That's not the thing. We repeat them a lot many times, but I don't always have my camera with me.
हिंदी
हिंदी
हिंदी बोलो.
you
You put your hand there where?
No.
You put your English here.
No.
English.
Now, if you're working and you can plan the things before, then do that. It's better to set the toys up before the following day so that your kids can play independently and they'll not disturb you again and again if you're working. So, like you can make a bag or you can make a box of the things that they'll play that day so that kids will know that yes, these things I have to do. These are like my tasks and these things I have to do. Set up their toys the following day and then encourage them to have independent play. You can also make a list of the things that they need to do that day. So when we work, I have done that plenty of times. When we work, I make the list and I draw on the list so that she can understand what that thing is. She's so happy completing all those things and checking the lines because I don't know, but she finds pleasure in achieving something. She finds pleasure in doing all those things one by one. So at the end of the day, she reminds me like, I have not done this thing, so I'll do that tomorrow. So that sets up for tomorrow as well. Also observe them when they are doing independent play and encourage them so that they can do that thing again. Like for example, this year spring, she used to play with hula loop. So few times we noticed her and we encouraged that, wow, you're getting better in that. And she tried to do that more often. But as soon as we stopped doing that, she also slowly stopped doing the hula loop. It's just that if we encourage them in playing something, then they do that more often. If you have anything educational for them, if you want them to learn something, then make a routine of that. Kids will expect that thing at the same time like a class and then they'll follow that. Otherwise, what will happen is kids will not take that thing seriously and they'll not engage in that thing by themselves. So like for example, when Rhea started reading, we followed a routine. We completed one chapter or one story every day without any miss. So we missed a couple of days, that's because we were extremely tired. Other than that, we were following the routine, and that's how we completed reading, like in 40 or for 50 days. From here, पहले ये फटाफट करते हैं. पहले ये यहाँ पे finger. Very good. Yes. Yeah. So Rhea knew that she had to at least read a story before going to sleep. But if they're having holidays like summer holidays or winter break, then don't follow the routine because they also need the break and they also need the break from school classes. So that's why don't follow the routine at all the time, but have break and let them be spontaneous, let them play by themselves.
You can get my wash.
If you have something in mind, if you want to plan something ahead, like if you have an activity that you really want to do with your kid and you really want, like we did the tie-dye activity recently and with our neighbors, so that time that was fixed that yes, we have to do that activity on that particular day with the kids. So if you have something like that, then plan accordingly. Have the stuff ready beforehand and before night also. Have the stuff ready and be prepared and let your kid know that you are going to do that activity so that their mood will be up. For me, because I shoot the videos, I have to plan way ahead than most of the people because I shoot the video, I'm working as well, and what I have to plan is my camera batteries are charged, my camera has storage, my laptop has storage, and my home is organized, like the focus that I'm doing, that is organized. Like for this one, this is organized. So in that way, I always have to plan. And the main important thing is that your kid's mood should be happy at that time. It should not be like, okay, I don't want to do that activity today. So that happens, and that has happened so many times with me. So be prepared for that as well. Like if your kid is not having the interest at all, then don't push them. Try to convince them. If they are not convinced, then maybe plan your activity. Bad throw. वो देखो बर्ड उड़ के चला गया. वहाँ पे बर्ड बैठा था. So how do you know if your kid is ready for that activity, if your kid can do that activity? So all the kids are different. Don't compare the age, definitely. And use your mom instinct. Like if your kid can do that activity, then do it. Otherwise, take the basic level of that and then start with that. Suppose like we buy our toys, sometimes we buy our toys with 6+ age, sometimes we buy our toys with 2+ age. So it depends on the thing. You have to support them, you have to guide them. Adult supervision is also required at most cases. So just think of how you can help them in learning, how you can help them in that activity that they are doing, and how you can help them in going to the further level. So start from the basic level of everything. Like if I'm talking about puzzles, then we started with 2-piece puzzles, then we moved to 3-piece puzzles. If you give directly 40-50 pieces of puzzles to a 3-year-old, they'll be confused and they'll just leave that toy. They'll not play with that toy at all. So start with 2-piece puzzles and encourage them. Whoa, you did that! And then buy another thing, like buy 3-4 pieces or 5-6 pieces of puzzles. Then they'll start building that. Now the main important thing, plan the activity or something before they say that they are bored, because once they say they are bored, that means they either need screen time or they need to go to the park or something. They already have something in mind to do, and that thing they want to do, that's why they are saying that they are bored, so that you get frustrated and then you just allow them to have some screen time. So before they say that they are bored, have that activity beforehand. Set the things differently so that they see something that they haven't played before, that's something new to them, or maybe relocate something, reshuffle, reorganize something, that something will catch their eye, so that they'll not say that mama, I'm bored. Now, how do you know how you can plan when you're traveling? How can you be quick in thinking in that perspective? So think of the stuff that your kid like, and you like coloring or worksheets or something, and have them bundled up in your home all the time, so that whenever you're traveling, whenever you're going, like you're going to a friend's house for a night, or you're going for to a restaurant, then quickly you can just take that bundle and you are always ready to go. You can always carry that in your bag, and your kid will always be happy to see that your kid will always be entertained at that time. Like I have few of the books that I know I'll always carry, like if I'm going for a couple of hours, I carry just those books, and I carry her crayons pack, little notepad, so that she can draw, she can color, and maybe a small toy or something that she can pretend play in the car, so that she'll not be bored at that time, and she'll not disturb, she'll not say that what shall I do, or she'll not be cranky. So just have those things bundled up in your home all the time. I hope these tips would be helpful for you, and if you find them helpful, then you can always message me, you can always tag me on Instagram, and I'll be there to respond definitely. And if you have any further question, or if you have any further video requests, then you can comment here as well. So with that said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye! Now how do you know how...